Greetings, folks. This is Coco Smooth's Obscure Comic Reviews. And today's episode, which is my first episode, I'll be talking about a 90s obscure classic called Araknis. I believe it was done by the Ortiz brothers, Miguel and I believe Mario. It's according to the signature that I'm reading. It's been so long, folks, and I was just digging into my comic book collection, and I figured, you know what? I try to find other videos since I'm a YouTuber-nite. I'm always looking through, YouTube videos since I got that premium subscription. YouTuber-nites, I believe the Lords of the Long Box are the ones who coined that phrase. TiVo, I believe. Those guys are one of my favorite YouTube channels to watch on a weekly basis. They're very informative. At any rate, there was nobody who did a video on too many obscure comics, so I figured, why not? I'll be one of the first. So since nobody else been doing it, Araknis #1. Yeah, look at this beautiful cover. I mean, at least in its time. I don't know. They don't make covers like this no more. Just comics like this anymore. Yeah, I believe this comic was very Spawn-esque. It came in a time when edgy was better. Mid 90s to late 90s. They did their own company called Mushroom Comics. See, it's a nice gatefold cover going on here. Look at that. Beautiful art. Ask me, it's very 90s, so I love it. Look at this fierce face, fierce mask. Yeah, it's a very Spawn-esque. I believe the origin as it follows is the main character makes a deal with the devil or something and gets cybernetic parts merged with demon spider, and at least that's how I remember it. I haven't read this book in a while, but yeah, I like to keep my comics minty fresh, so I dare not read them anymore. I used to be a reader, but now these days, I don't know, I've become OCD and I like to get things 9.8, as I'll be doing other videos showing crispy comics, all my 9.8 minty. Look at this issue 2 right here. This really nice pose, very again Spawn-esque style, clearly distinctly 90s style. I don't think if people really appreciate this kind of style now, but for me, look at this is great, at least for me at the time. Fangs and claws, claws and spikes, that was a big thing. Wolverine, everybody was into that very aggressive look, as you can tell. Oh, look at this. Look at the way it was back in the day. See? Prepare. Digital color. This is how it was back in the day, I put my things in Mylars, and in this case I used comic skins as the clear backing board. See that? I don't know if you could see through the video. It won't focus, but let me see. I'm gonna try to get a good angle where you can see the actual board itself. But yeah, this board is thick, very firm, sturdy. They're like $1 a piece, so I try to protect all my books that way. Of course, this is not the most mint copy. You can see a couple of spine ticks up in here, but for the most part, it's in pretty great shape, given the age. All right, this is volume 1, by the way, Araknis, and I believe it went up to issue 4 of volume 1. And I picked this up in Japan. I ordered this set in Japan when I was living in Japan. I was a military brat. So I believe it was back in the day, we could only get our comics through Entertainment Monthly, I believe, or American Entertainment for the back issues, and I believe this was Entertainment Monthly. I forgot. Oh my gosh, yeah. I used to order my comic books through there, and they'd mail it all the way to Japan. Of course, I'd get that shit much later than everybody else, because Japan, logistics, that kind of thing. We're always kind of late. Yeah, see, by the Ortiz brothers. Yeah, look at that cover. Sexy mama right there with cyber gear. You know, that was the theme back in the day. Image Comics, they used to love, and Rob Liefeld, and you know, they used to do these bad girl things with pauldrons, and I don't know, back in the day, aesthetic, that was really aesthetically pleasing. I don't think that's necessarily the case anymore, but yeah. Yeah, it looks like they okay, see, 96. Whew, graduated in 96. 32 pages. Yeah, look, see, it looks like a demon. It looks like our main character right there being merged with a demon spider. That looks pretty dope. I mean, of course, it don't. At the time, when I first saw it, this looks super modern, super, you know, brand new. And I'm looking back, and I don't know if it necessarily aged as well, but I got to give it up to the colorist up in here, you know, and inkers. These are at least very bright colors, and it's managed to maintain its luster. I don't know if older comics have been able to maintain its with the grade of paper they used to use back in, you know, the early 80s, you know, the early 80s and 70s and stuff. But I got a couple of comics to show in that time frame too. But yeah, look at this. Awesome stuff. Of course, you know, spine ticks, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, issue 4 looks like she's the not having a good day. All that blood. I forgot what happened. It's been so long since I read this bad boy, but again, I was fascinated with these kind of books back in the day. And previewing issue 0, so it begins. Look at that font, though. You know what I mean? I wish I had this kind of talent back in the day, or just in general. I'd be drawing my ass off like this if I could, but I just don't have that artistic thing. I'm just more of an appreciator than to think in that kind of capacity, you know. Love it, you know. Oh, here you go. Issue 0 itself, the origins. Yeah, look at that. It's kind of got like a predator mouth. And the dude looks kind of like, kind of reminds me a little bit of Cable with them glowing eyes, gray hair, you know. Honestly, man, I really wish that these guys didn't give up. I wonder what happened that they were forced to kind of call it a day. I mean, I figured they'd be still working in comics or something with the talent that they have. Beautiful gatefold cover, that back and forth. See that? I'm imagining you seeing glare and stuff, but again, you know, plastic on plastic, clear backing boards. That's how I roll. Clear backing board. See, ain't that? I love the premium shit, guys. That's how you guys. I know this comic isn't premium as far as price. Only you find these in the 25-cent bins or $1 bins, but still, I like to treat my stuff like treasure. You know, that's just me. Because you know, when you're growing up, everybody want to have the best mint copy for their comics and stuff. And this is volume 2, another series, I believe, or actually this might be a 0 still too, but the alternate cover. Yeah, there you go. This cover's fucking dope. Look at this. Looks like they switched, yeah, from Mushroom to Mystic. They probably got into a fallout with their old company or whatever. They just thought, yeah, mushrooms though. I don't know. Look at this, ripping out of the pages. It's pretty sick. Their signature. Look at that. Good. Looking through the pages. Yeah, this is a good look. You know, again, given its time, it's very. I don't think people appreciate this kind of thing anymore. You just kind of had to be there. And of course, I'm pretty sure that everybody gonna be talking junk about this kind of style. You know, oh, look at this gimmicky. Everybody, you know, trying to copy Youngblood, Image Spawn. But those were the kings of the comic book landscape. Excuse me. Jeez, look at this. And this is the Hildebrandt. I believe it was Hildebrandt. Yeah. Oh, no, I guess not. It looked like Hildebrandt. Steve Furchow. It looks like it's a Hildebrandt, though. Yeah, blue. Not sure. Gorilla Crew. Yeah, another beautiful gatefold cover kind of situation. Appreciate that gargoyle skull kind of thing they got going on here. Mystic Comics. Signed by the entire staff, it appears. Yeah, Steve Furchow. I think I think he was popular too in the 90s. I don't quite remember any. I don't remember getting much of his stuff back in the 90s. But interesting cover. And it appears up here, issue 1 of volume 2. Standard cover, and I believe this one came with a certificate. Yep, yeah, look. Yeah, Entertainment This Monthly. That's how we used to buy comics back in the day. So they used to order through them, get a discount, you know. And again, only for overseas. I mean, you could get it when at home if you're that antisocial. But I was the type, if I was in the States, I'd definitely be in the comic book stores trying to buy this all the time. At least in the 90s, you know. In the early mid to the mid 90s. I didn't get back to the States till around 96 when I went to college. See, limited edition, printed exclusively for Entertainment This Month. See, number 4,726 out of 5,000. Oh, printed in Canada. This looks like it's polybagged still. Yeah, keeping it, you know. Back in the day, that was the gimmick. If it was, you know, you don't pull it out of its polybag like X-Force #1. You know, that Deadpool and Cable card in it for the 90s cats that remember that. Oh, special edition. That's a key word back in the day. Special collectibles. Of course, they're not really that collectible anymore. But you never know, you know, the landscape changes. Who knows? But I don't know, given this post-apocalyptic future that we're living in right now, nobody got money for shit. So look at this. This is actually a pretty badass cover. His opponent here gets razor gauntlet looking thing. Yeah, that's a good look. I like this. This is a pretty good cover. I mean, of course, it isn't, you know, it's dated, but look at this color scheme. Purple with orange, red. I love it. This color scheme, you know, I love it. That's just me. Let's see if it's a gatefold. I don't think it's a gatefold. Okay. Came with the card. Ooh. This was their address back in the day. Holy crap. Costa Mesa, California. I don't think that website is around anymore, but you know, it's whatevs. It's whatevs. Look at this. Look at this. I love it. This thing looks good. Purple and red. He's got this pouch and knife. I know I'm laughing, but you know, because it seems ridiculous now, but for me, this shit, it's fucking cool. I love it. Very, you know, Liefeld, he's all about pouches and grenades and weapons. Wherever you can put them, studs on his boots and stuff. Aesthetically, you know, this was dope. I mean, I like this look. I mean, I don't think people would design things this way no more. But to be honest, I don't think anybody draws good that much anymore. I look at the inside art of a lot of these, you know, current books, and I don't know. For me, it's not as fresh or as live or as vibrant as, you know, my time. I mean, at least my take. And this appears to be the last issue. And Morningstar, yeah, Morningstar production. Guess how he, that's how they roll. Morningstar. That's a pretty neat thing. I guess they weren't feeling Mystic no more. They wanted to be Morningstar Press or for Morningstar Production. And look, from Mystic to Morningstar. Holy moly! Is that how we do now? We're just gonna either way. This cover is pretty fresh. I like it. It's got a lot going on. Make a good Spidey looking villain. Oh man, kind of like Cyber meets some Spider villain and Venom. I think it's a good look, but that's just me, man. Yeah, so in its time, this was kind of what was up, you know. You know what? I lied. I do have another copy. I'll be showing more if I can find it, but for now, this is what I got. I'll save it for the next video. The graded copies. At the time, I was so eager to have all of my comics graded and trying to see if they were all, 9.8s, and I found out that I didn't know how to grade shit at all after submitting my stuff to be graded. Yeah, you'll see. You guys will see the volume 2 of the graded Araknis books, so you can see how poorly I did as far as what I thought about grading. But yeah, look, fresh stack. Look at this hefty, heavy stack. That's what you do. You get. Look at this. This is how you collect Mylar and clear plastic from Comic Skins. I mean, I'm sure there's other ones out there, but Comic Skins is the one that I trust. Solid. Look at that, fucking clean. This is how I do all my doggone 90s classics. Yeah, this is how you should collect, in my opinion. But it's how I roll. All right, well, I guess the next segment I'll be focusing on the graded portion, the graded copy. So yeah, so till next episode, guys, thank you for watching, and you have a great night.